Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. The winner by split decision, Dan!
That might be it for me.
You hear that crowd reaction to that? They love you, man.
Man, I got a 4-year-old at home that misses me every time I go away like this.
It was a 5-round back and forth, very close fight. We beat the crap out of each other. And it was one of those fights where the winner was going to move on to a much, much bigger fight. And I wanted that so bad. There's so much sacrifice, the weight cut, being away, being in Milwaukee, not seeing my daughter, my girlfriend, my mom. And to lose a split decision like that, I didn't know if I wanted to do it anymore. I just felt really burnt out. Hey, listen, this just goes to show you, a title fight can come at you at any point. You've got to stay ready.
My partner tonight is the UFC lightweight contender, Paul the Irish Dragon Felder.
Oh, hi there. The commentary job is in my back pocket. I feel like I've been doing pretty well with it. I really love it. Going to Abu Dhabi, I'm doing Fight Islands. I'm getting a lot of money, I'm getting a lot of exposure through it. And obviously I'm getting an outpour of people that want me to fight again. And you either end up retiring on the other end or something comes up that sparks that fire again. The craziness begins with, obviously, Islam Makhachev having to pull out of this fight.
Breaking news, we have a last-minute change to this weekend's main event. Islam Makhachev is out.
Then Monday rolls around, and I'm doing this long run, and Brian FaceTimes me. And I got that nervous energy. I got that, what if I did this? That's what's so crazy about this sport. Your memory is short. I just felt like I had to step up and risk it. And I took the fight.
How did you find yourself in Vegas right now about to fight?
I just started thinking about elbowing and kneeing and, having fun again in the cage. I don't know how many more of these are left, and I really said to myself before I took this fight, when you're 50, 60 years old, are you going to think back to that and be like, man, what if I did? What if I did fight that guy? What would have happened then? The roller coaster is a steep one, man. So I'm amped at first. Of course, you take a fight. I'm back in it again. Now I'm a fighter again. I'm back into this mix. Luckily, I was already training for this triathlon in March. Training every single day, multiple times a day, just really focused on keeping my weight down.
I mean, if you weren't training for the triathlon and everything, this wouldn't have been a possible scenario for you, right?
Not even remotely a possibility. I would have been in the 190s.
It's not going to be fun, but I'm going to make it.
So I was from my daughter. What do we got, Ian? Oh my God.
I started having like a panic attack. And I was like, what did I just do? Why did I do this? I'm out of my freaking mind. I shouldn't have done this. You start thinking, man, RDA's a former champ. This is ridiculous. You're stupid. I feel like up until Saturday night, I'm going to have moments where I'm thinking I'm an absolute idiot, but I'll make that walk regardless.
How sure were you that you were going to take a fight before this RDA offer came in? We know you were kind of thinking about retiring after the Dan Hooker fight. Where was your head at in terms of retirement before this call came in?
There's a lot of talk of my retirement because it became very vocal after the Hooker fight, but I have always been like that. If you ask my manager and you ask my mom and the people around me, after every one of these weight cuts, during every one of these fight weeks, I'm like, I'm done. I'm done doing this.
Half the people thought Paul was retired. And that was because, half of Paul's mind he was, because he really only wants big fights. But for whatever reason, he was left out of the talk when it came to the top 6. He was always number 7.
I didn't want MMA to be done in my life, but I started getting a little bitter towards the division and the way everything was going, and I didn't see that road anymore, And I told you guys from the beginning, if I don't see that path towards the top, then why am I doing it? Why am I getting hit in the head? Why am I coming home, beat up to my family if I'm not going to be the best.
Like I said, I don't think that this fight would have the impact that it did unless it unfolded the way it actually did. And, Paul used that as his motivation to give him the fire, and he's excited. He wants to do it.
Also like a creamsicle.
I feel like this is the sport where you've got to do it for something other than yourself. You've got to be willing to want to go through what you go through to benefit others. It's a little bit of torture, and there's a lot of agony, and there's a lot of sadness. So having people that I love back home that I know, okay, I'm not just doing this because I want the glory for myself. I'm doing this because I want to make them happy. I want to make them see me get my hand raised. And that's why I want to win so bad, because I don't want it to be in vain. I want them to know that what I did was for a reason.
Do you have a soda? Can you drink it? Almost all the way up. Right there. It's a little can. We're healthy.
We're almost there.
Yeah, so far away. All right, sweetheart. Love you, bye.
Love you.
You had 4 days to do what you did in like 8 weeks in Abu Dhabi.
I've met you before. You want both? Where was that? Pretty sure
We got to fight.
Good morning, everyone. UFC Fight Night Felder versus Dos Anjos. Tomorrow night, we're wall-to-wall on ESPN+. Official weight 155 3/4 for Paul Felder. Paul Felder and Rafael Dos Anjos in our main event. You're watching UFC Fight Night, Felder versus Dos Anjos. What a week for Paul Felder, who expected to be on the broadcast team with us this Saturday night, opting this weekend to trade the suit and tie for a pair of 4-ounce gloves and 5 rounds.
One thing I want to be remembered as being is honest. And I feel like people kind of come at me because, oh, maybe you shouldn't fight if you're thinking about retirement. I'm like, you think there's any fighter on this roster that after a brutal fight, they don't think about retirement? They're lying.
Just gotta do what you do. Then again, Hooker stayed away from you. He's gonna come to you. You like that?
He's got a whole lot on his mind this week. The kiss of his father's ashes, Tom, he wears around his neck on his way to the octagon against a former champion, Rafael Dos Anjos.
As far as retirement, if I win, I may never fight again. If I win, I may want to make some big call out and go for it. If I lose, I may fight again, because maybe I feel like I performed well on 5 days' notice, and what could I do with a full camp against this guy? I won't know until the bell rings and the fight is over. That's when everybody else will know too.
Ready, fight! It's really the story that has dominated the world of mixed martial arts. Paul Felder in the octagon on 5 days' notice for the main event. Body kick from Dos Anjos. Big left from Dos Anjos, backs up Felder. Oh!
There it is, there's the first shot. This is crucial.
Felder fights it off, lands an uppercut on his way out. Each guy throwing, taking it, and firing back.
So far, Paul looking very sharp.
Final seconds of round number 1, and another big shot from Dos Anjos. There's the horn. Basically at a dead heat in round number 1. Each fighter having their moments. It was a left hand that grazed above the right eyebrow of Dos Anjos, which caused the cut.
Let's fight.
Oh, heavy elbow from Felder.
Dos Anjos is gonna shoot. Paul's by the fence. And this right now is the battle. Oh, nice elbow connected there. There it is.
Felder escapes. Front kick to back him up.
Okay, listen. You don't have to kill him with every shot. Give me some speed, a little more agility. I need Rocky 3 now this round, okay? Fight!
Now Felder has outside position here. We'll see what RDA does with his back to the fence.
Ooh, just missed with that elbow.
And RDA goes right back to changing levels.
That was a nicely timed takedown.
And lands a tight down.
But now Paul is down. He has the back. Nicely done by Paul, though. He's scrambling up.
Back to the feet they go. Big elbow from RDA. Felder swinging back.
Turn.
Whoa! Big slam from Dos Anjos. And top control from Rafael Dos Anjos was the story in round 3.
Yeah, this is a grueling fight. Absolutely exhausting.
Let's fight.
Good work from Felder, and he's coming out here hard with a lot of fire.
Oh, they're going to take an extra look at that cut.
Oh!
Takedown for Felder with 30 seconds to go in round 4.
And while that was good for Paul to do that, it's also sapping tremendous amounts of his energy going into the 5th and final round.
It's a Paul Felder fight, ladies and gentlemen. Felder's forehead is a bloody mess after those big shots and the heavy exchanges.
All right, listen to me. It's not all or nothing around. Let's go get this crap, all right? Let's make a statement, all right? Come on. Big beat.
All 5 minutes, baby.
Good pops. Here we go, brother. We come out here, okay? You can do this.
Seconds out. Off the stool. Seconds out. Let's fight.
Big right from Felder to start off.
Beautiful timing.
And another takedown for RDA.
Let's get to our feet. Yeah, build a base.
Boom, there's a knee. I mean, you got to give it to Paul. I mean, he is fighting for his life here. And there it is. Drives it down to his back. He's going to try and finish strong for this last 10 seconds.
Five full rounds between Rafael Dos Anjos and Paul Felder, and jubilation in the corner of Rafael Dos Anjos.
I mean, if you look at the two faces, that kind of tells the story of the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Chris Lee scores the contest, 48-47, Felder. Sal Diamato scores it, 50-45, Dos Anjos. And Derek clearly scores the contest, 50-45, for the winner by split decision, Rafael Dos Anjos.
Yeah, and they're gonna get a picture together in the octagon. You gotta love it.
Look at this, that's awesome.
Everything isn't always ideal, right? You're not always dealt the perfect hand. It's how you handle it mentally, how you prepare for it, and taking things in stride.
Let's go 5 more.
You're only given these opportunities to shine and make a statement. And I said over and over and over and over again that this wasn't necessarily just about wins and losses. I know how talented Rafael dos Anjos is. I know what I was in for. I said I was going to be the first one on that scale. I was the first one on that scale. I said I was going to go and give hell to a former world champion and go 5 rounds if I had to, and we just had a 5-round battle. And I can tell you guys with certainty, I'm not going anywhere right now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. I loved every second of it.
Paul Felder, ladies and gentlemen.
I feel like I've had the most enlightening week of my life, to be honest with you. In my 30s, at 36 years old, I've learned to kind of just enjoy the moment a little more for the first time and to live in the moment.
Are you going to the hospital?
No. I love that, my friends. That's the victory, that I don't have to go to the hospital. I just got to get stitches.
I think there's no doubt that I'll look back and be proud of myself for being bold.
Legend, Paul. We're getting paid.
There's so many people that have it so much worse than having to cut some weight and having millions of people at home watching you on television for the best MMA organization in the world. I was definitely pushed by my friends that are with me.
Mission 99% accomplished.
And motivated by the ones I've lost and the ones I still have.
It's crazy tonight, fellas.
Thank you, guys.